Hello students, today we are going to discuss about meiosis 1 in which we will discuss about metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. Previous lectures we have already discussed about meiosis 1 in which we have learned about interphase, prophase 1. Okay, then after the prophase 1 there is a second step, there is a metaphase 1. Okay, and after that anaphase 1 will occur and then telophase 1 will occur. So today we are going to discuss about metaphase 1, anaphase 1 and telophase 1, and after that it will be carried further by prophase 2, metaphase 2, anaphase 2 and telophase 2. So by this way all these stages together will complete the meiosis whole process of meiosis, that include meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. In last lecture we have discussed about prophase 1, so in which we have already discussed about the prophase 1, that prophase 1 is including 5 stages. Okay, that include leptotin, in which here you can see a replicated chromosome will be condensed and will be appear like a thread-like structure, and that's why it is called leptotin phase. And you will observe in this phase also, you will observe that nuclear membrane will be start disappearing and breakdown in the nuclear membrane will be appear. Second step after the leptotin will be zygotin, which we have already discussed, in which you will see a synaptomal complex will be formed, in which synapses will be begin. Similar kind of chromosome will be paired together and that process is called synapsis. Okay, so bivalent will be formed here. And after that pachytene stage will occur, in which crossing over is the main phenomena. A bivalent has formed and crossing over has been occur, and here will you will observe the chiasmata, okay, in which crossing over will occur, and as a result of that this is the site from where genetical exchange will occur. Okay, so after the pachytene, diplotin phase will be seen. So during this diplotin phase you will observe very clearly, you will observe chiasmata. Okay, and synaptomal complex will be dissociated, means it will start dissociated, not completely dissociated, but it will start the dissociation. Okay, and only they will attach with the at the site where the crossing over occur. And after that finally you will observe in all stages, as these all stages is appearing, the nuclear membrane is more degraded. Okay, so up to these when stages are completed, you will see this nuclear membrane is mostly disappeared. Okay, so dikinesis, here you can see nuclear membrane is mostly fragmented and it will start disappearing, and even nucleolus will also disappear, and that is the end of a prophase 1, and that is initiation of a metaphase 1. After the prophase 1, meiosis 1 will directed towards the second stage, and that is metaphase 1. So in this is very important phase. Here you can see spindle formation is completed, okay, and the chromosome align on the equatorial plate as in the mitosis case. Okay, we have already learned in the mitosis that chromosome during this phase, means during the metaphase stage, chromosome will be arranged or aligned on the equatorial plate. Here same will appear, same will be observed. Okay, so all the chromosome will be arranged on the equatorial plate, that is also called metaphase plate. So this chromosome arrangement will occur, and after that the microtubule from the spindle attached to the pair of a homologous chromosome. Here you can see it will attach to the pair of a homologous chromosome, and that is the indication of a metaphase 1, as all the chromosome arrange on the metaphase plate. Okay, this is the completion of a metaphase 1 and it is initiate the next stage, and that is anaphase 1. After metaphase 1, next phase will be anaphase 1, and this is very unique phase. So as compared to mitosis, the homologous chromosome in this case separate. Okay, while sister chromatid remain associated, whereas if you compare it with the mitosis related anaphase, then what happened at that time? During that time, a chromosome separate, and along with that sister chromatids were also separated from each other from the centromere. A centromere will be background in that case. Okay, but here what happened? Homologous chromosomes are only separated. Okay, the sister chromatid will not dissociated from each other from the centromere. This is the uniqueness of the anaphase 1 if you compare it with the mitosis related anaphase. So while sister chromatid remain associated at their centromere. So here you can see all the chromosome will be associated okay, with their sister chromatid. The sister chromatid will be not separated from Let me compare both the mitosis and meiosis related anaphase. So here what happened in mitosis? In mitosis during the anaphase, these all sister chromatid will be separated or dissociated from each other, and the centromere will be breakdown in that case. Okay, but here what happened? Centromere will not break down. Okay, it will remain intact, and without breakdown of a centromere, all homologous chromosome will be dissociated from each other, and sister chromatid will be associated from each other. Okay, here association, or we can say dissociation of a sister chromatid as well as chromosome will both will occur, whereas in this case only chromosome will be dissociated from each other, whereas these sister chromatid will remain attached or associated with each other. Based on knowledge of anaphase 1, I am giving you this MCQ. So solve this MCQ. I am providing you 1 minute and you have to answer in a comment. Your time start now. After the anaphase 1, next stage will be telophase 1, and that is the last step of a meiosis 1, during which you will observe nuclear membrane and nucleolus will be reappear. As I told you, telophase is a reversal of a prophase. So here also whatever is disappeared during the prophase 1 will be reappear during the telophase 1. So during the prophase 1, nuclear membrane and nucleolus was disappear, and that's why here in this case telophase 1, nuclear membrane and nucleolus will be reappear, and after that finally two haploid daughter nuclei will be formed, and that is called dyad. Okay, so here you can see two daughter nuclei is formed, and that is called dyad. And after this, next stage will be cytokinesis. But this cytokinesis may occur or may not occur. That depend on the type of tissue, type of animal, or type of organism. So it is not compulsory stage. Cytokinesis may occur or may not occur. And after a short interphase, this is a short interphase. Why it is written short interphase? In between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, there is a gap between these two, and that is called short interphase. And this is called short interphase because during interphase generally G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase, this three stage together is called interphase. But here the interphase is totally different. How it is different? Because here you will not observe S phase. Okay, so DNA replication does not occur in this phase. Okay, so this is the difference. So short interphase will be followed by meiosis 2. This is a stage between the two meiotic division, that is a meiotic 1 and meiosis 2, and that is specifically called interkinesis. Till today we have learned about interphase, prophase 1, metaphase 1. Okay, then anaphase 1. Okay, you can see you can observe the changes. Okay, then finally we have finished today with the telophase 1, and here you can see cytokinesis is written in the bracket because it is not compulsory stage, so it is written in the bracket. Okay, and finally after the telophase 1, you know, interkinesis will occur, the stage in which we can say a meiosis will finish, meiosis 1 will finish and meiosis 2 will start. So in between meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 there is a short gap, and that is called interkinesis. Okay, and after that meiosis 2 will be start, and it will be initiated with the prophase 2, and then metaphase 2 will be followed, then anaphase 2, and finally it will be followed by the telophase 2. And by this way, means by using these 8 stages, meiosis process will be completed. So this is your homework for today's lecture, and before we finish this lecture, let me summarize whole topic by using one animation video. So look at this video.
In sexually reproducing organisms, meiosis results in the formation of sperm cells and egg cells. Cells that undergo meiosis are diploid with 2 sets of chromosomes. However, these diploid cells after meiosis, produce haploid cells with one set of chromosomes. Later, during the process of fertilization, these haploid cells fuse to form a diploid offspring. Thus, meiosis helps maintain the chromosome number in a species. Meiosis, like mitosis, is also preceded by an interphase stage, during which DNA replicates and each chromosome doubles to consist of two identical strands of DNA. Meiosis consists of two cell divisions, namely meiosis I and II. Meiosis I is divided into four stages: prophase I, metaphase I, anaphase I, and telophase I. Similarly, meiosis II is divided into four phases: prophase II, metaphase II, anaphase II, and telophase II. Meiosis I halves the number of chromosomes, and meiosis II splits the sister chromatids of each chromosome, resulting in 4 haploid cells. Meiosis I begins with prophase I, which is typically more complex and lasts longer compared to the prophase of mitosis. Based on chromosomal behavior, prophase I is divided into 5 phases, namely leptotene, zygotene, pachytene, diplotene, and diakinesis. All through the leptotene stage, compaction of chromosomes continues and they gradually become visible under a microscope. As the DNA has already duplicated, each chromosome consists of 2 chromatids. In the next stage, that is, the zygotene stage, homologous chromosomes, one from the paternal set and one from the maternal set, get attracted to each other and form pairs. This pairing is called synapsis. During this process, a complex structure known as a synaptonomal complex is formed. This complex structure consists of a pair of synapsed homologous chromosomes called a tetrad or a bivalent. The zygotene stage is followed by the pachytene stage, during which the bivalent chromosomes are clearly visible as tetrads. Moreover, large protein complexes on the synaptonomal complex, called recombination nodules, begin to appear. These nodules are believed to be the sites where crossing over occurs. Crossing over is an event unique to meiosis, wherein an exchange of genetic material occurs between the non-sister chromatids of homologous chromosomes. The process of crossing over is initiated by the enzyme recombinase and results in the recombination of generic material between the 2 chromosomes. Crossing over is very significant during the formation of gametes, as it results in new combinations of genes, leading to genetic variation in the offspring. By the end of the pachytene stage, recombination between homologous chromosomes is complete and the chromosomes are linked at the sites of crossing over. The next stage in prophase I is the diplotene stage. The beginning of this stage is marked by the dissolution of the synaptonomal complex. Moreover, the recombined homologous chromosomes of the bivalents display a tendency to separate from each other except at the crossover sites. The X-shaped part on the homologous chromosomes that holds the two together once they have crossed over is called a chiasmata. The diplotin stage can last for several months or years in oocytes of certain vertebrates. The final stage in prophase 1 is diakinesis, during which the chiasmata terminates. Moreover, the chromosomes fully condense and become clearly visible, while the meiotic spindle assembles and prepares the homologous chromosomes for separation. This stage represents the transition to metaphase 1 and ends with the disappearance of the nucleolus and disintegration of the nuclear envelope. Now, in metaphase 1, the chromosomes line up along the equatorial plate of the cell and the spindle fibers get attached to the kinetochores of the homologous chromosomes. Metaphase 1 is followed by anaphase 1. In this phase, the chromosomes pull apart from each other along the spindle fibers and move to opposite ends of the cell. The chromosomes are still double-stranded with two sister chromatids connected at their centromeres. This marks the end of anaphase 1, which is then followed by telophase 1. In this phase, the chromosomes are at the poles, while the spindle fibers disintegrate and the nuclear envelope and the nucleolus reappear. Cell division or cytokinesis follows telophase 1 and results in two cells referred to as a dyad. Therefore, meiosis 1, which progresses from prophase 1 to telophase 1, results in the formation of two cells with half the number of chromosomes compared to the original cell.
In next lecture, we will learn about meiosis 2. So till that, goodbye.